Class 6. Subject Social Studies. History. Lesson 1. What, where, how and when. Q1. What can we know about the past? Answer. We can know about the past. What people ate, clothes they wore, the houses in which they lived. We can find out about the lives of the hunters, herders, farmers, rulers, merchants, musicians and scientists. The games children played, the stories they heard, the songs they sang. Q2. What do you know about the earliest people who lived along the banks of river Narmada for several 100,000 years? Answer. We know that they were skilled gatherers. They gathered their food, collected roots, fruits and other forest produce for their food. They hunted animals. Q3. Where are the Suleiman and Kirthar hills located? How did people live their life there? Answer. The Suleiman and Kirthar hills are located to the northeast in modern-day Pakistan. Areas where crops like wheat and barley was first grown about 8,000 years ago are located here. Reared animals like sheep, goat and cattle, etc. Q4. Where are the Garo hills located? Where was the rice first grown? Answer. Garo hills are in the northeast of India. Rice was first grown to the north of the Vindhyas. Q5. What do you mean by tributary? Name two rivers where the earliest cities were flourished. Answer. Tributaries are smaller rivers that flow into a large river. On the banks of Indus River and Ganga River. Q6. Where was Magad located? Why was Magad famous? Answer. Magad was in the south of the Ganga, now lying in Bihar. It was famous because its rulers were very powerful and set up a large kingdom. Q7. How was traveling an important part of life of the people in the past? Or, early people traveled from one subcontinent to another. Give reason? Answer. Men and women moved in search of livelihood, as also to escape from natural disasters like floods and drought. Conquering other land. Traveled with caravans or ships, carrying valuable good from place to place. Some people traveled for adventure. Q8. How has movement of people from one place to another helped over culture? Answer. The movement of people enriched our cultural traditions as new ideas were shared. Shared new ways of carrying stone, composing music and even food. Q9. What are the names given to our country? Where do we get the from? Or, trace the history terms used for our country India. Answer. Two names given to our country are Indian and Bharat. India comes from the Indus, called Sindhu in Sanskrit. The Iranians and the Greeks come from the northwest about 2,500 years ago. Got familiar with the Indus, called it the Hindus or the Indus. The land to the east of the river was called India. Bharat. Bharat was used for a group of people who lived in the northwest. Mentioned in the Rigveda, the earliest composition in Sanskrit about 3,500 years ago. Later it is used for our country. Q10. Write the difference between manuscripts and inscriptions. Answer. Manuscripts. Inscriptions. Manuscripts comes from manu meaning hand. Old books handwritten on palm leaf or bark of tree called birch. Dealt with all kinds of subjects, religious beliefs and practices, the lives of kings, medicine and science. Writings in hard surfaces such as stone and metal. Used for inscribing king order, records of victories in battle, etc. Only praises and good deeds were inscribed. Q11. Who are archaeologists? Answer. Archaeologists are persons who study the objects of the past. They study the remains of buildings made of stone and brick, paintings and sculpture. They also explore and excavate to find tools, weapons, pots, pans, ornaments and coins. Q12. Who are historians? Answer. Scholars who study the past by collecting information from manuscripts, inscriptions, and archaeology. Q13. How are city the people different from the people living in the Andaman Islands? Answer. People living in Andaman Islands manage thin own food by fishing, hunting and collecting forest produce. On the other hand, city people depend on others for supplies of food. Q14. Why do you think kings keep records of what they did, and ordinary men and women did not keep? Answer. Kings kept the record of their victories. Ordinary people such as hunters, fishing folk, gatherers, farmers or herders did not keep records as they lacked proper writing material. Q15. What does BC and AD refer to in history? Answer. Years are counted from the date to the birth of Jesus Christ, the founder of Christianity. BC stands for before Christ and are counted backwards. AD stands for Anno Domini, meaning in the year of the Lord.